Hi, and welcome to this session, which is LinkedIn Basics. Now, this is the first video that I'm going to be shooting to show you how to just set up your LinkedIn profile. So it is the real, start from the beginning of LinkedIn. Now, of course, if you don't have a profile at all, you're just going to go to www.linkedin.com and follow the instructions to set up an account. Once you've set up the account, you will open up LinkedIn. If you're just starting out, there won't be a heck of a lot on your profile. But if you open up, generally your profile will open up here in the home side. And this is pretty much the same as if you think about the news feed on Facebook, this is the news feed on LinkedIn. Now, as I said, this session is about really getting your profile looking amazing so that people can take you seriously. Remember, it is a professional network, and therefore we want to make sure that you are doing the right thing for your profile. In order to change your profile, you're going to go to the Me button. Now, just to be aware, if you are starting out and you've just registered, LinkedIn are going to be popping up little boxes that will ask you a heap of questions. And the reason why that's happening is because they want you to fill in your profile, and so they're going to keep helping you by asking you questions. And as you ask those questions, it will populate the LinkedIn profile. But if you've had your profile for a bit, we're going to go to View Profile, and we'll start over here. Now, whenever you're changing your profile, you'll always see this. There's a little icon that looks like a pencil. And when you click on that, that's where you will change your profile. But before we start changing the profile, what I'd like to do is I'd like to take you down a little bit down the page. Let's just go here a little bit. And okay, you'll see that there is a there's a little area here, and we're going to start down the side of the page over here. What you're seeing is an ad, so we want to close this ad at the moment. We're not necessarily going to report the ad. We just don't want to see it right now on the page, so let's carry on over here. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to secure your URL, so your domain, your little name here, or your website address for LinkedIn. Not your domain name, your website address for LinkedIn. So LinkedIn own the domain name, but they're giving you the opportunity to have a website address. And you will see that if you haven't claimed your address, you'll have your name, potentially a dash in between, and a heap of numbers behind that. That means you haven't claimed the address. So what you do is you click on here, Edit Public Profile and URL. It will then give you this area. So you're going to come over here on the side. You're going to click on the little pencil, and you'll see that you have the opportunity to change the public profile to your name. Now, please do not, so this is a tip for you, don't change it to your company name. That's not going to help you. This is your public profile for LinkedIn. So I strongly suggest you change it to your name. If you have a common name, so something that a lot of people have, somebody may have already claimed that name, you can potentially put your middle name in, or you can potentially put your middle name initial in, or you can put behind it NZ or something like that, or AU for Australia or whatever it is. But definitely use your name over here. The reason why you're claiming this as well, so just to be very clear with you, is once you have the domain name over here, as in LinkedIn, Juanita Ferree, I can now use this on my email signatures. I can use it on my business cards. I can use it on brochures. I can use it on any type of marketing to let people know that that's how you connect with me on LinkedIn. Now, if I don't, or if I haven't claimed this, you're really going to have to put the Juanita-Ferree- and all the numbers on your business card, and you definitely don't want to be doing that. Also, it is easy for people to find you once you've claimed your domain name. So once you've done that, you're going to save it. and you'll see that your domain name is now there. Now, I obviously, did mine a while back, and therefore I already have mine. Now, while we're in this section, have a look over here. I've turned this off. So here it says your profile's public visibility, and I just turned it off. And I suggest you do that just for the moment, because while you're changing everything on LinkedIn, people might get a notification of all the changes that you're making. So leave that off for the moment, and we'll come back to that so that we can change it back and people can actually see your profile. All right, so we're going to go back to the section again. And what we're going to do is work through the profile. As I said, we're going to start down on the side. So we've done the URL, and now you've got this section over here, which is your website addresses and all of that. I strongly suggest that you take the time and put in all your website addresses, all the information that you have, so that people can get hold of you. Now, there are going to be people that can potentially, once they have your address over here, that can potentially, try and spam you with information. But there is a setting that, you can choose what contact information you provide and who can see your email address. Now, I'm just going to leave that for the moment. And I'm encouraging you over here to add all your website addresses. So I do have another one, which is, we've got the social media conference one. So let's pop that one in. And the reason is because then people can come have a look and see what you're doing. So did you see what I did there? All I did was copy the profile. Let's see if it goes in over here. This is company. So let's go company over here. And it's giving me the opportunity of putting in 3 addresses. I will put HTTP and the / in front, just to make sure that it does capture it. But actually, let's take it out and see what happens if we save it. Let's take that out and see if it saves it correctly or not. Okay, so yep, we're updating. We're going to refresh it. There we go. All right, it looks like it saved it by just copying it, so that will be okay. Now, let's just let that go. Let's see how we'll just wait a little bit. Okay. All right. Can you see there that it didn't actually save it? So when we put it in, so let's just do this again and put HTTP and the / in front, and now save it again. And we're just going to have a look and see if it saved it. So shall we go and have a look? And it's now saved. So you definitely have to put that in front. You can add your address in. You obviously can put your phone number in. And then, of course, you can put all your, your social media handles and everything in. So we've got Twitter over there. They've asked you if you want to have an instant messenger. So I'm just going to remove that at the moment. I don't need that. And I do have Twitter in there. So, okay, good. Now, I have got my birthday visible to my network, but I don't have my year of birth visible to my network. Right, so there we go. Next thing we're going to do, so we've filled in our public profile URL. We've changed that at the top here, so that now belongs to us. And when we leave this training, we are going to definitely go and make sure that we add LinkedIn to our business cards. We're going to make sure that we add LinkedIn to the bottom of our signature on our website, or, on our personal websites, if we have, but on our signatures, on our emails, so that people can get hold of us on these profiles. Right, now, let's start over here. So if you were to change this piece here, which is your cover, your photo, and the whole area of this section over here of what you do, it's one little click of that pencil icon. Just going to wait for that to open. Come pencil icon. Am I clicking? I'm not clicking you hard enough, am I? Right, let's go pencil icon. Oh, well. Let's just give it a bit of a refresh. Shall we try this again, shall we? LinkedIn. Oh, great. There we go. Just a little bit slow at the moment. So to change the cover, you'll see that if you hover over, it gives you the recommendations of the cover. I was a little bit too slow on that one. All right, so we're back again. Let's click on the pencil. And we're going to have a chat about this little area over here. Great. So if you are changing the cover, it is over here. If you hover over the pencil, it will actually tell you the recommended size for your cover, which is 1584 by 396. So if you are going to have a professional cover done, 1584 by 396. Just think about your cover, the way that people actually view your cover. I do need to have this one changed, and we're working on it at the moment. We've been trying out different covers, but potentially the words should be across the top of the cover over here, because that's where most people will actually see it on all the devices. All right, let's talk about your photo. So if you want to change your photo, you're going to click over here, and a few words about the LinkedIn photo. It needs to be a professional photo. So think about this again. It is your professional network. I know that I keep saying that, but it is, of all the social media networks, it is professional. So people that are dealing with you want to know that you're dealing with a professional. Please don't use other people's photos. Don't go and take photos from, stock photos and try and put it in here as yours, because those kind of accounts get marked as spam. So people really do look at you before they meet you. They come to your LinkedIn profile, they will look at who you are, and they will genuinely, want to meet you. And I have often had people that meet with me that have checked me out beforehand, looked at my profile, and they know who I am when I walk into the meeting or the cafe or whatever. It's not hard for them to find me. So you simply will upload the photo. And so here, in this case, I already have a photo. I change the photo over here, and then I can apply it. You will see that LinkedIn do give you the option of some filters. This one is unfiltered because it was taken by a professional photographer, so I haven't filtered it. But if I did want to filter it and make it a little bit more stand out, I could change it and apply a little bit of a filter. Please use the filters from the perspective that you do want people to actually know who you are and not wonder who you are. All right, so now we're going to go to your name. So make sure that you put your name in and your surname. Again, professional network. So don't try and change your names. Don't put company names in here. LinkedIn is a very, very specific, that this profile that we're filling in, your personal profile is a personal profile, and they will remove the account fully if they find out that you are a business profile. So please don't come in here and start trying to fill this in as a business profile because you think that you're going to get more traction. LinkedIn are definitely working at doing a lot more to get engagement on business profiles. All right, so we're going to start with the headline. Now, the headline is very important because LinkedIn LinkedIn do work with search engine optimization. They do work with keywords, and the search on LinkedIn does pick up different kinds of keywords. So if you are a business owner, you are actually doing yourself an injustice if you only have the word business owner here in the headline. I would strongly suggest that you put a little bit more into the headline. You don't have to put your company in the headline, but you can say things like, I'm the business owner and founder of XYZ company, or I'm the business owner and founder, specialist in, whatever it is you're doing, specialist in coaching businesses to reach their potential, etc. Or we sell businesses for other people, or we help business owner. We help you to create an amazing experience in your home with our paints, or anything like that. So with our decorative paints. So listen to what I'm doing is I'm using the keywords of what you're doing in your business. But the word business owner you can put in there, but let people know a little bit about. Now, I'm just going to change this over here because the social media conference is going to go for the fifth year. And I'm going to see if I can actually put the hashtag in over here, because I do have a limited amount of space. So let's see if it will take that. Now, the hashtag in the headline, I don't know if it actually is clickable in the headline or not at the moment, but you can use hashtags, obviously, in your posts. I'm putting it there because people can see it. Wow, what did I say, 16? We're in 18 already. Right, there we go. So it says I've exceeded it by a number here. Let's just take that out, because for me, it's more important to have this in at the moment. Now, the current position, this over here, is actually not something that you can fill in this block. The current position, the education, and the current position in education are actually pulled through by other areas that you complete. So if you're working for two or three companies, or you're on 2 or 3 projects and you put them in to your profile in another area, and I'm going to show you, the drop down will show everything that you're doing currently. So you will put the date in and you'll say, I've worked on this from this date, and then you might put to current, we're still working here. If that's the case, the drop down will show all your current positions. And the reason why it is dropped down is because you can actually choose which position you want people to see on the top of your profile, because only one of them will show on the top of the profile. The same with anywhere that you've been studying, it will whatever you choose will show on the top of the profile. But these 2 areas are filled in somewhere else on the profile. Now, for your country and your region, you can choose which country you want to work in, or the country that you are actually in. But if you are a local business and you really are working quite locally, you can put your zip code in here. And what happens is LinkedIn will then be able to identify the area that you are in. So it will help you to connect with people in that specific area as well. So it is a good thing if you do want to, you are working in a particular area, for you to put your zip code in. And LinkedIn does obviously allow a bigger radius. It's not just your area. It will give a bigger radius around you of anybody that is trying to search for people in your area. All right, now the industries are denoted by LinkedIn. So you just have to go up and down here and choose which one you believe that you fit into. Now, the summary section is really, really important. And I'm going to change the summary section a little bit over here. And I've written a little bit of a summary section. And what I do want to do here is I also want to just put a little note of she has appeared on national television and in a number of magazines, as well as on radio. Okay, so obviously I want people to, to get to know me. Now, what I'm doing is I am writing this in the third person at the moment. And I'm going to test it out and see, because there's been a lot of interesting debates about whether you write in the first person or the third person. So for this, the last one I wrote in the first person, I'm actually writing this in the third person. You can do it either way. And I'm going to pop that in over there. And I had just enough. I have one word to go. Well, hold on. Let me see if I do. So let me just see if I if I have enough here, because it says minus 720. So I've exceeded the limit by 719 characters, right? Excuse me. So let's see. Let's see what I want to take away. Yeah. I'll take away. Actually, that's really good to have. Okay, let's do that. Let's take that down a bit. Let's go here. Let's take that out and see how many words that goes to and educates. All right, there we go there. So I've got 639. Okay, I have put, oopsie, sorry about that. I have put a bit of a, a testimonial in there. I'm going to take this here out. That sounds so, there we go. Let's try this. She has a, oops, sorry, just changing this off here, guys. So bear with me here. I've put another little testimonial in there, and that's what I might do. Let's go here. I'll just take the favorite charities out and just leave them so that it is just favorite charities. I'll put 18 over here, and it looks like right. Curve NZ. All right, so maybe let's just take all the training programs out. That's 317, so I might have to take out. Let's just see here. Let's try and take that little bit out. And let's see what happens here. 216. She has spoken alongside, and I'll just put here social media. Social media. All right, social media superstars. Let's try the, oops, sorry, I keep hitting that. Sorry, guys. So there's definitely a limit that you can type out over here. And let's see. I do still want to keep, these things in here because this is a little bit about, what I do and yep, so that tells you about what online content. I'm going to take this out here. Let's see how much that gets. And am I good? All right. That looks like I'm good. Now, you can see that you can put links over here and you can upload different things. So what I want you to do is you can either upload information or you can put links in over here. And I would definitely go through this and add some links, add some, links to your website if you're doing anything, or if you've got any photos or anything like that that you want to upload, do that so people can actually see what you're doing. But for the moment, I'm going to save this. Fantastic. So let's do that. And you can see that it is now saved my lovely little, it saved my lovely little summary. For the rest of this, what I would like you to do, because that part there is the most crucial and the most critical. What I would like you to do is I'd like you to go down and start with the experience over here. These things are only going to show as you are building your profile and as you are doing, commenting and liking on things, and as you are actually adding your own information on. So for the moment, what we want to do is we want to go through every single one of your businesses and we want to hit the little button. Now, the important thing for you to know is if you don't have a LinkedIn business page, you just type the name in here and it will just have your page. It won't be linkable. However, if you have a LinkedIn business page, it will pop up here and you will choose it, and that makes it linkable. Once you have a LinkedIn business page and people have linked to that page, that they work there, then you can never remove that page. LinkedIn keeps it there because other people will be showing on their profile that they worked for your company. And I strongly suggest that you do have a LinkedIn business page. You can see that it says I currently work here, but if it doesn't, if I don't currently work here, obviously I will change this to, it will give me the option of putting another date in if I change that. Now, do I want to share this with my networks? Of course, I want to share this with my networks. So that's good. And I can save this. And what I would like you to do is work through your profile now, at least at a minimum for you to get started on LinkedIn. Get these things right. These here, your summary, your this area that people will come and have a look at. Obviously, your name, your little profile area, and of course your header. And then if you scroll down, fill in all your experience. A lot of people say to me, well, how far back do I need to go with experience? Look, go back at least 10 to 15 years, because the experience that you've done will still follow through. One of the things that I encourage you to do when you're actually filling everything in, especially if you are a business owner and you're showing, work that you've done, instead of saying things like, I do the books and I do the admin in the business and I do this and I do that. Try not to do that, because as a business owner, people know that you do that. What I would do is I would start putting in the achievements that you've had. So, we've trained X amount of people. We've worked with this business to get the results of XXX. We've, taken this business from here to there. I've coached X amount of people and they've had these rewards. So, really think about it. And also you do have the opportunity of putting some photos in your summary of what you do. So definitely put those in. Fill in your schooling, fill in your volunteer experience. Don't leave these things out, because let's be very honest here. Your volunteer experience is another avenue for people to find you. So it's a very good way for people to find you. And now for skills and endorsements, I will go through this really quickly. You will hit this little button over here, and you have the ability to add your skills and endorsements in. You have the option of putting 50 in. But once you put them in, if you're starting out, I would say just start out with 10. What you really, really want to do is you want to make sure that your top skills and endorsements are at the top. And you can actually move these things around and move them. And you know what? This profile is fluid. It's like, it's a fluid profile, which means that I would be coming here and moving these things around as much as possible, depending on what I'm doing and what I want to do, and where I want to be known for. So these are the top skills at the moment, and these will show people what this will be shown to, to your profile. Okay, so I'm going to refresh the page. Let's do that. And we're good to go. So here we are. Now we are, just go down again. So you'll fill all of that in. Fantastic with your volunteers. You can see here, show more. So fill in everything that you need to. And all your accomplishments, so put the courses that you've attended. There's a place here for the courses that you've attended, etc. The recommendations are recommendations that people will give you. And I love these because these are genuine, and you can take any recommendations that people have given you and use them on your website and use them on, on anything that you need to have recommendations on. Courses that you've done, languages, projects, all of that. So take your time and fill this in. And I'd say to you, even if you do a little bit every day, put time aside and do a little bit every day so that you can get your profile really looking professional. Now I'm just going to go back to edit public profile and URL. And I want to make sure that the public can actually see my profile. So I'm going to do that and turn it on again. And I'm saying that I want the profile's public visibility is now on, which is good. And I do want my network to see, all my LinkedIn to see my, I want all the public to see my, to find me by a search engine. Okay, there's my photo. Everything's good. It's up. And get to this stage. And then we'll start with the next bit of information or the next training that you need to do. It's no good not having your profile up and running and really looking amazing if you are trying to connect with people and trying to show or trying to put yourself forward as a professional. Great. Have a fantastic day, and we will talk again.